Hello everyone, today we have my 3000 rating video and it's a Mechagon Workshop 13. You probably already saw my 10 video. If not, you can go check it out. This is the route. We had no skips. We didn't have a priest, a rogue, or a warlock. And my talent, only change I did was I took training of New Zhao after considering it for a very long time instead of quick brewing. But I'll probably go back to quick brewing. It'll depend, I'll say. And new transmog, new gear, kind of. 678 main hand. I'm back to using Signet Priority instead of Lights Devotion, just because I think that's better with more magic damage. As you can see, 36% versatility with Signet, 32% crit with the Flask. So anyways, this is our comp. Holy Pally, Red Pally, and Unholy DK with a Beastmaster Hunter. Now, I've seen that you can pull probably three of these packs at once, but I'm honestly not trying to risk it. I've already had to wait 3 or 4 days of getting declined from these 13s for like 3 hours, 4 hours straight at a time. So I'm just trying to make sure that we do this correctly. Trying to make sure that those little bomb tonks are taken care of first before I pull any more mobs. If you notice something, we did not lust here at all. Uh, um, I'm not sure why. If we would have lusted here, probably could have cleared this a lot faster. But again, it really wasn't much of an issue, I guess. The DPS was pretty good. Sorry that I had it set to my healing done meters. Yeah, I'm just pinging for them to make sure that those things are taken care of before they detonate. These are the only bad things about this pull here. And that's pretty much the only difficult part about this pull. I will try to pull 3 packs at once if I get to do this again on the 14. Or maybe I'll try a 13 again. Because I'm pretty sure I could get a better time. Anyways, this fight is pretty straightforward. Again, just have to make sure that you pull the Platinum Pummeler into... I don't know what that is. That piston thing there. Whenever he casts Platinum Plating. I dropped the Black Axe statue in between them just so that they can kind of quote-unquote run into them. And not into my DPS. But as you can see, I kind of got aggro on them pretty fast. There, the DK was questioning the Hunter's damage. Because the Hunter only did, I think, about 2 million overall on that first pull. And everybody else was over 6 million, I think. So we were kind of wondering what was going on. And lo and behold, we kind of should have like known that that was going to be like a premonition of what was going to happen in the run, because sadly the poor Hunter had a rough time in this dungeon, as you can see.
Target you.
So always aim those away from the group. And as you can see, I think I've done this enough times where I can kind of more or less pull the Platinum Pummeler into the piston as soon as he's casting, just so you can get it right on top.
Watch your step.
And then this guy, Deuce Mecha Buffer, I think he's a joke on that boxing announcer. I'm not too sure. There, the DK died because he got caught inside of my frontal. And again, you want to move towards the outside ledge without hitting it when you get the frontal. But one thing that I for sure, I don't know when this became a thing, but I don't know why melee always stand in front of the bosses. Like, if I'm standing there, you know this is a boss that does has like a mini AoE frontal. Like, why would you stand where the tank is? Like, stand behind them, you know? There's safer distance. I'm pretty sure I'm positioning them well, and I'm eating these bombs so that there's nothing for you to kind of run into if you need to move. So it's like, why would you I don't get it. Why would you stand in front of the tank? It's weird. I do remember there was a time where if you stood and DPS the bosses from the front, they would actually parry your attack. So I guess Blizzard removed that in some expansion that it didn't play in.
Watch your step.
So that must be like a new concept for me. I don't
Flanking.
know. I think it's a bit weird.
AoE incoming.
And that's pretty much the whole fight. There's really not much to this. As you can see, the DPS is pretty good. And again, the hunter was
Targeting.
kind of probably the one that needed to put in a bit more work, but it
Flanking.
is what it is.
Watch your step.
Okay, now for this area here, you can pull one of these waste processing units and at least two of these little metal gunks. And what you have to keep in mind again is you have to make sure that you interrupt or just keep them CC'd
AoE
until
incoming.
after the processing unit does his AoE. Just because you don't want to have two heal absorbs stacked with their AoE because that's pretty much an instant wipe. So that's pretty much straightforward stuff there. We rotated. I used a lot of my stuff to make sure that I kind of got him under control. As you can see, it worked out pretty well. Healer was doing really good too.
AoE incoming.
Okay, and now into the Kujo area. You don't want to pull more than like three at a time, just because they will jump on your DPS or your healer and pretty much kill them. Now, what they should have done is we should have all stacked together, just so that we can keep consistent DPS on all of them. But the hunter again was really far, so um, I guess he kind of didn't understand it. So I think it's better to just kind of group everybody up together here. And the DPS again pretty solid. There the hunter was doing really good, but then he just gets one shot there, so that kind of sucked. He was definitely not having a good day, so it is what it is for him. Now for Kujo, there's like a little tactic thing that I saw, like a little tech, where it's like you bring him to the corner of the box and then you can still melee him. I need to get the weak aura for it because half the time I'm looking up on my buff area to see if I have the stealth, which is the little buff you get when you're hiding from him. Yeah, I'm asking the healer if he needs mana. But yeah, you position the boss in the way where you position him in the corner and then you still kind of free DPS him. I think I only get it down right once, so it was a bit stupid of me to try it in the 13, especially if I'm trying to time it. I should have done it on something like a 10 just to see if I can get it right.
Flanking.
And okay, this is the only time that I get it right. So here, as you can see, you bait him
Find
to
shelter.
the corner, and there I'm free casting, and I still have the stealth debuff, so I take no damage from venting flames, but I'm still attacking. So that's essentially what you kind of want to do. There, the hunter dies because he didn't kind of understand what he had to do. But yeah, and he dies again, I think, right? Yeah, he died two times in a row. Oh, it was not his day, honestly. It was really not his day. So we had to do all of Kujo with only 2 DPS on myself, so that
Find
kind of did
shelter.
not help at all. And here I am trying to do it again. I didn't position him that well correctly. But yeah, so we continued, and ultimately we got him down after a while. And
Gotcha.
me having number of failed attempts to get it down, I think there I got it down again one more time. But I definitely need to practice that, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be necessary because that's probably 3 seconds of downtime each, and
Gotcha.
you know, in total it's probably like 30 seconds worth of like DPS or something. I don't know that we could have
Violet.
definitely used, especially considering that the hunter was dead for most of that. And then here I failed this little area, but you know, gotta get through it. It's pretty annoying, but yeah. Press the red button, get the flames out. This, I pulled the alarmo bot, citizen chase, but I think he just despawns after a while, so or we killed him. Never mind. Killed the Mechagon citizen. For these, you want to kill the purple one, number 3, because he's the one who does the AoE. He does a short out, so the faster you get him down, the easier it is for your healer to keep everyone up.
AI.
And then this other little mini boss here, Blastotron.
Sure.
Just pay attention to where the little open area is, and you can move to it, and you're good to go.
Spoiler.
That's it. I mean, the trash here is like pretty mandatory. Like, I mean, straightforward, and it's mandatory to kill. Like, you can't skip it. And this, you have to be patient here because if you mess up once, like you set back everybody. They're the I was taunting the healer because he got caught, but we were also kind of a minute and 40 seconds behind. As you can see, our kill on Kujo took way longer than it should have because we were down 1 DPS.
New boss.
And for this, it's always a good idea to kill the mechanics first if you can. Just because they heal everything around them. When they do that tune-up ability, they're healing. And you'll see later on, this is very problematic for us on the second to last pull. Because there I'm standing in the yellow bubble. It gives you 75% damage reduction. Like I was saying, in the second to last pull, there's mechanics and they were healing up some of these defense bots. It was a bit annoying. That probably was also a lot had to do with my fault on that, which you can see. But on to the next boss, Head Machinist Spark. Again, this one's pretty straightforward. There's really no mechanics here that you can't really that you
AOE
have to do
incoming.
something incredible on. It's just these plants. You have to kill them. Now the other thing is, you see that red line with the beam? It gives you at least a second before the beam spawns, so you can stay on the plant and DPS it up until before the beam spawns, 1, or 2, run to the opposite side of the beam so you can continue DPSing it. That's mostly recommended for range, I guess, just because you don't have to be next to the boss to DPS it. If a melee does that, then that's a lot of downtime. So, but it's just, I mean, one of the things that you can do. I do it on one of these plants. I'll drag the boss towards the other side of the beam so we can continue DPSing the plant, and then everybody has a good amount of uptime.
AOE incoming.
Also, these plants you can CC. They're a Lex Suite on that one. Just because there the DK got scared and he ran away from the beam, but he got hit. So there's no need to do that. Just stay next to the beam, and it gives you a second to react, whether you want to keep running or when you want to run to the opposite side. So there's really not much to it. That's Spark Flux. Now this next pull, you can pull these two together, but you want to make sure that you kill the spider tank first. It's a lot of AoE damage,
Stay
that's for
away
sure.
from land.
But if you kill the second spider tank, it speeds up the RP for you to use the little flying golem suits to get to the next part. So as long as you kill that one first, it helps save some
Stay
time.
away from lines.
And as you see, like every second matters. Like at the end, you'll see. We cleared these out because they did a very good job at focusing the skull. You
AoE.
see the RP starts as we're still killing the other one, the first one. Now, this we got lucky because the first defense
New boss.
bot was stacked up with this group, so that's great. We can get a good start. But I decided to pull the second one because I'm like, you know what? We're not gonna risk it. It's fine. We have the DPS for it. We're gonna get this done. So we killed the first skull one because we need to move. And then this is where the doo-doo hits the fan. So remember I told you they have to kill the mechanics? Well, look at the defense bot. He's at 23%, right? He's dropping.
AoE incoming. New
How does
boss.
he go from 8% into healing? Because the tinkers and the mechanics are healing him. So again, I didn't pay attention to that. So that slowed down the fight a lot. And it
New
was kind of
boss.
silly, honestly, because now he's back at 50%. So from 13% to 50%,
AoE
it
incoming.
was annoying. So literally, and did a lot of the stuff that we had already kind of progressed through. And I was not doing a good job of tanking these outside of the yellow orb. I was just trying to make sure that nobody got killed by the squirrels. The squirrels do a lot of damage. But anyways, get those done. We have 5 minutes 40 seconds. We have to kill these 3 defense bots.
AoE incoming.
And again, we have the DPS for it. Sure, we have 5 deaths, but we have the DPS for
New
it. If
boss.
you look at the timers,
AoE
that's
incoming.
almost 3.5 minutes that already we're slow behind.
AoE incoming.
And it's kind of cumulative. So it's like because we had a death on Kujo while he was at 60%, and had to finish the fight that way. Everything else kind of just slowed down. Not to mention the fact that we have 5 deaths as well. If you look at my 12 timer, we're already
New
on the boss.
boss.
So we would have had like roughly 5 minutes to fight it. Um, DK is just
AoE
saying, look,
incoming.
let's just go for the boss, and I agree with him. I'm like, look, let's just get one of these low at least so we can
AoE
continue,
incoming.
and we get them low enough to, proceed into the boss room. We have 4 minutes 40 seconds around when I pull the boss. I think it is. So we have more than enough time, right? So if the DPS is good, you have more than enough time. 4 minutes and 40 seconds is a lot of time to kill this. Mind you that our lust is gonna come up in 3 minutes, right?
Two. One. One. Two. Two. One. Two. Two. One. Phase two.
All right, so that's phase one, right? So it took us about 2 minutes and 6 seconds, 7 seconds to get 650 million DPS. No damage down. This has 813, but mind you, we're gonna get lust up in about 20 seconds, right? So we should be able to time it with the 30 seconds of lust if the DPS kind of just stays the same or improves. So it's the time. It's like rough already. This is really tight, and what would have definitely killed it was if somebody died. If we get one more death here, like it's over. Um, Sadly, I have failed some 13s because of like one extra death. We've timed it with like 13 seconds over the time.
Run. Keep moving.
So here I'm keeping an eye on the DPS, and like the DPS is staying the same even with Lust because we got this bad little pushback here. But we have 20 seconds left of Lust, right? So that's got to do something, right? But anyways, let's continue. You just gotta avoid the orbs. Make sure that you're moving, and when you get the beam, just stand still. Don't move so your teammates can move around you. You want to make sure that you don't um accidentally kill anyone.
Blood. Run. Keep moving. Blood.
There, I touch a death the boss. I should have saved it for this little guy. But look at this. It's crazy. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left to time it. Insanely close. And I got my what is that, Keystone Master achievement. This was a crazy run. But again, after spending about 3 days of being declined for about 3 or 4 hours straight back to back because everybody wanted Vengeance, Demon Hunter, or Paladin, I was just glad to have the 3K rating. Because at this point, getting declined for 3 hours straight is just no fun. And again, DPS was good. Hunter definitely needed a little bit more. If he was at 2.5 mil, we'd probably been a lot more comfortable to time it. And of course, my mistake on the second to last pull. Blackout kick damage always number one because of my tier set and the buff that they gave it, doing 250% more damage. And again, Celestial Brew number one, trying to get as many purifying stacks before I use it. And anyways, that's a 3,000 rating. I'll see how far I can get, but it's looking pretty bleak for Brewmasters. Nobody wants to take them just because they're at the bottom of the barrel, literally. But I'll see how far I can get. I'll still need to upload the weak ores and UI video, so that should be next. Take care.